What's happening, folks, and welcome to another episode of Stars of Tomorrow, an FM21 series where we look at some young talent on the game and we see how FM reckons they'll get on the course of their careers, to give you a heads up before you buy these players. So, if you're enjoying this series, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new as well. If you want to get your player in the series, leave a comment down below. I would say follow this criteria. First of all, check the playlist, make sure your player has not been done already. Check on the document in the description that also shows you the current schedule and those that have been completed. And leave as much info as you can. Leave maximum of 2 players, please. It's just for fairness. It's so that we don't get dominated by one. It's just easy for me just to make a list and so 2 players at a time maximum. And then once your player's been done, feel free to make more requests. It's only fair if people, if 2 guys make 4 requests, that's 8 players before the guys get their videos out. It's just, I want to be fair to everybody else, get their fair crack of the whip and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, before we go any further, folks, obviously you can see the player today is Brian Oddei. I just want to say something about the news that broke yesterday for me. It's a couple of days ago for you. In your time, Diego Maradona has sadly passed away at the age of 60. I was never fortunate enough to see him play either on TV live or in person, but an amazing player. I think, for me, probably the best player ever. I think, obviously the Pele debate is up there, but I think he's better. I think Maradona, but then again, I didn't see them both live, so what do I know? But some of the goals he scored, Barcelona chip that he did, the England goal, not the hand of God, the run is just incredible. I'm watching now, I'm thinking that is an incredible goal in context with the heavier balls on the pitch as well. He wasn't boring. He was so passionate about football as well, wasn't he? You could just see the stories that come out about how passionate he was, and it's a sad loss. And all his family hope they are okay, but what an amazing player. I wish I saw him live, even in a friendly. It'd been great to have seen him. Like, he's the kind of player which I've seen live at least once, regardless of what point in career he was. I've been very fortunate to see Messi and Ronaldinho and Ronaldo and Beckham, but him would have been great to see live. But yeah, tribute to him, amazing footballer, best ever, I think. Not my personal favourite, but what a player. And yeah, hopefully we can all just look back on great memories of great, amazing goals. So yeah, I just want to pay tribute to him in this video before we started. So yeah, Brian Oddei, left winger, right winger. I keep seeing left on the preferred form, thinking it's that. I don't know, that's why I keep doing that. Right winger, striker, good pace already, which stands out for me as a big plus. 12 dribbling, 12 first touch, 11 passing, and technique. So guys, introduction there. So yeah, youth contract is Sassuolo. He signed it in 2018. So let's go a quick look, guys, and see how much you can get him for. So I've just done the Ask Agent requirements, and you can give us 700k to 1.5. So we'll go for 700k and see what they say. Actually, you can book to sign him on a pre-contract deal. So there we go. Obviously, £1.7 million in compensate, £2.7 million in clause. So yeah, it's a pre-contract deal. That's at United though, so bear that in mind. Let's look at his stats now at Sassuolo. So if you look at his weak foot first, he's got a readable right foot, very strong left foot, cut inside from the right wing, inside forward, stands out immediately for me. Reports, so we'll look at coach reports. So he's got 2-star ability, potential to 5-star, at least 4-star, according to this. The cons, lacking intelligence, higher levels, say B level, physical strength can be improved, but then again, that's with age. So the main attributes here, that strong attribute is doing unexpected. He can play in 2 positions, could move a lot, balance, consistent performer, fair amount of pace, and the rest is very creative player. So yeah, the pace stands out, doesn't it? Obviously, Ghanaian, can get him on a pre-contract deal, which I think is really good. Bear in mind, I think this year you sign young players that want to play. If they don't, they move on more likely to has to leave. Yeah, he looks very good. And not a massive fee, £2.7 million in compensation if you're Man United, of course. Maybe different in other leagues, or would it be? No, I don't think it would. Would it be? Maybe not. Anyway, moving on. First jump. So, folks, he's still at Sassuolo, and you can see here we've seen slow increases. The physicality is what stands out for me. But this guy, I think for £2.7 million is worth buying anyway. This way it looks like now. Buy him. Get him bought, guys. Actually, fitness 16. Loving the physicality stats there. Wonderkid. Runs ball left hand side. Cuts inside from right wing. So either side, I think definitely on the right hand side is more preferred. Finishing up to 11. 13 composure. 15 technique. Very good. Let's have a look at his injury record. Relatively injury free. But has he been played though? That's the question. So Sassuolo here, 11 off the bench appearances. Then he got a bit more first team football there, 2 and 2. Then 1. He went on loan to Benevento and got 5 goals, 4 assists. So he's been getting a decent amount of football here and there. If not many starts, but he's definitely got 32 starts there, and he's got a few goals. And this is the prime time to buy him. I think. I don't think you want to wait too much longer now because the game would probably mess him up for you. But it looks really good. For a pre-contract, he's a bargain. Next jump. Let's go. Well, folks, he's at AC Milan now. He's still in Italy. And I think one thing we can definitely say is his strongest attribute is his physicality. 15 composure, 12 finishing, 15 technique. I think the composure and technique, I don't know if that offsets that kind of negates the finishing a little bit, or compensates a bit for it. But there we go. Look, like 4 years later, he's £51 million. So, like I said, if you're going to get him quick. I think get that up to 14, 15 finishing, you've got a gem of a player. And I think that's down to you. Obviously, you guys can get involved in his training. Injury record here, he's not injury prone. One major injury for 2 months for a torn muscle. I can't say abdominal. Oh, I say it then. Maybe not perfectly. So Sassuolo, he got 5 and 6 that season. Then he got 2 and 3. Moved to AC Milan for 38.5. He got 9 and 6, 11 and 9, 8 and 8. Yeah, I think if you get that finish a bit higher, that was all I'd say about him really. He's cheap. He's got good pace. He can play striker and right wing. Just get the finishing a bit higher. That's all I'd say about him really. That could be down to your personal training, or again, we don't know what's happening at AC Milan really at this point. Development, he's got knocked past opponents, makes sense. He's got the high dribbling, the flair and the pace, that makes sense. Right, let's continue. And he's still at AC Milan. Again, physicality stands out. Relatively the same stats across the board in the other 2 areas. Look at his player traits here. Same again. Injury record. A few more injuries now creeping in, which I don't know if that's a concern or not for me. Maybe not. I don't know. I think when it comes to this kind of thing, it's down to personal preference. I'm a bit worried that it's happened after that one. Oh, actually, no, scratch that. I'm a bit less concerned that it's happened after that one. Maybe it could just be. I don't know. It's just my head says maybe it's just he's got really big injury and now he's just struggling a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it could be overplayed as well, for all we know. Rush back and then got another injury. We don't know. So let's have a look at AC Milan. So 11 and 9, 8 and 8, 7 and 5, 9 and 1, 8 and 5, 7 and 6. Quite consistent then. Quite consistent. I would definitely say work on the finishing not as a priority, but as a area to work on will be the finishing. I think you've got the pace is there, the technique is there, the flair is there, the composure's there, vision's good, anticipate, everything else is there. Just get the finishing a bit higher, and and then if you can. Then again, I've seen guys with 12 finishing score belters, so you know what I mean. It doesn't really matter really. if you get in the right team, and he's just getting great chances. Elite winger, he's definitely a good player, and for the money you're paying for, he's not that expensive, is he really? You got. I think he's one of those players that if you get him early on, you've got to really commit to him, because otherwise you're not gonna get much out of him. You've got to really work, not really work at him, but you've got to really commit to him, because otherwise, if you start bringing him in, it's pointless. So if you're gonna get him in, loan him out and work on that finishing. So look at who wants to sign him right now. Tottenham Hotspur. So let's see if he goes to England, and if he does, if he can get double figures in goals consistently. So he's 32 years old now, finishing with the 13. The physicality is still pretty good for a 32-year-old in my opinion. Injury records, have a look here. It's mixed after the big injury, isn't it? Hopefully it's just a one-off in this review. This was the first run through of him. I don't think we do any more. I think, like I said, career stats, I look at his career stats here. So 9-1, 8-5, 7-6, 10-6, 6-1, 7-3, 11-5. So quite consistent, around 15 total goals and assists combined. I would definitely say work on the finishing. And I don't think there's much else to work on, really. I think the physicality will compensate for any things you think you may have issues with. I think the finishing just needs to be worked on, if anything, and that maybe me being very nitpicky. Bargain for £2.7 million compensation deal. Doubles in value very quickly. You can sell him if it don't work out as much as you want for a profit. So if that's your thing, there's that as well. And yeah, seems like a very exciting player, and I think he'd be very good for you guys. So let me know, guys, if you've signed him. Don't forget in the comment section, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you for the suggestion. If you want to leave your player down below, like I said, start the video, comment on the video with the player name, as much info as you can, and also check out the schedule and the playlist. Make sure your player's not been done already. Thank you for watching, folks. I will see you all next time. Bye bye.